John Coffee here, going to do a quick video about a convention I got to go to this weekend. Found out about this convention a little while ago. Found out it was going to be in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, which is not but an hour away from where I live, so I was pretty excited. Guest list wasn't too bad, so I decided to, with a couple buddies, go check it out. First year show, so I was a little apprehensive going to it, but it's the horror weekend in Gatlinburg. The guest list had guys like Sid Haig, PJ Souls, Brian O'Halloran, Mark Patton, Amanda Weiss, Derek Mears, a bunch of other people. A lot of the same people you see at a lot of these shows, but some people I hadn't met before, so I was pretty excited to head up there. But like I said, it was being a first year show, I was a little apprehensive. And another thing was, hopefully this video comes out well, because I've been a little under the weather here recently, and my voice hasn't been exactly crisp. So there's a lot of things going into this convention that I wasn't totally sure about how it was going to go, but this was my 5th convention I ever went to, and I gotta admit, it was probably one of the funnest I've ever been to. Despite being a first year show, it was a very, very well ran show. I was super impressed with how well put together it was. It was a great place to be. I mean, it was right downtown Gatlinburg, so there was all kinds of restaurants and stuff around it. The convention center itself was huge. The room they put it in was a perfect room, and they put just the right amount of people. It wasn't crowded. I mean, earlier this year I put up the video about when I went to Fright Night, and I said the big thing about it was just too much stuff and too small of a space. Well, the horror weekend in Gatlinburg got it completely right. Perfect amount of space, and it was never a time. It got quite a few people in there, but there was never a time where I felt like uncomfortable. Like you stop at something's table to look, and all of a sudden you're being ran over by 500 people. That was a big problem at Fright Night, because there was just no room to look at any stuff because the aisles were too small, and that wasn't really the problem. It wasn't a problem at all in this one. Everything was nice and spaced out, and all the celebrities were mixed in with the vendors. I mean, it was a well-organized show, and I don't know if it was the show that got this done or if the celebrities were just wising up, but every celebrity had on their table their prices, which I thought was a brilliant idea, because there's nothing worse than going up and getting your autograph and you're trying to have a nice conversation, and then it gets interrupted with you going, well, how much do I owe you? I've always hated that. That was always the worst, because it's like you're trying to have a conversation with a person, and then you have to ask them how much you owe them for signing their name on something. And also, there's nothing worse too than being like, oh, can I get a photo with you? And they stop you and like, oh, that'd be an extra $10, and then you're stuck. You're like, oh, I don't want to pay anybody to take a photo with them. There's nobody in this world that I would take a photo with my own camera and give them money to do so. But once you've asked, you're stuck. So the fact that everyone had their prices listed on the table I thought was a great idea. And like I said, I don't know if that was the celebrities in general or if that was the convention. If it was the convention, then bravo on them, because that was a very, very good idea. I only stayed a couple hours. I mean, it was right, like I said, literally an hour from where I live. So it was cool. This is the shortest distance I've ever had to go to a convention. So I was very happy, and very happy that it turned out well. And hopefully we'll be coming back next year. If I only had a few complaints, was I think they need better labels on their screening rooms and their Q&A rooms. Because I walked around forever trying to find it, and eventually did find it. And even when I found it, there was no listings on the door or anything, and I couldn't find a program or anything. So that'd be the only complaint I really had. And better vendors. There wasn't very good vendors. There was a couple bootleg tables and some DVD dealers that had mostly just the mainstream stuff, like the Friday 13th DVDs, and of course the bootleg guys selling $15 bootlegs of movies. Some of them not even out of print anymore. But yeah, I mean, it was a good time. Had a lot of fun. I guess now I'll go ahead and start showing off the stuff I got. I didn't get a whole lot of stuff. I hadn't just gone to Fright Night just a couple months back. I didn't have a whole lot of money to blow, so I tried to limit my spending to a bare minimum, and but I was still very happy with what I got. First up here, I met and I don't want to be mean because he was super super nice, but this guy's autograph is terrible. But got Sid Haig to sign my Devil's Rejects DVD, so now I got William Forsythe and Bill Moseley and Sid Haig to sign my Devil's Rejects DVD, and he was a fantastic person, super nice, and the coolest thing about him is he was charging $10 for your own item, which I hadn't seen someone do that since the first convention I ever did. You know, I met Bill Moseley back in 2007, 2008, can't exactly remember when, and he was charging $15 for your own item, and that was the last time I ever saw anybody make actually like a pricing discrepancy between your item and something that's on their table. Because I went with my sister, my brother-in-law, and my brother-in-law's daughter, and Amanda, my sister, wanted to meet Sid Haig pretty much from the first time we ever met anybody. And when we found out it was $10, she was mad because she had a DVD of Coffee that she wanted to get signed, but she decided to go with Devil's Rejects. When she found out he was signing for $10, she was mad because she's like, "Oh, I could have got Coffee signed too." But yeah, super awesome guy. Couldn't have been nicer. Next up was, you know, he's not horror at all, but this is a movie I grew up on, which is weird because it probably explains my sense of humor. But met Brian O'Halloran from Clerks. You know, everybody's gonna know him as Dante, and he signed it to Jonathan. I'm 37, Brian O'Halloran. And if you're a Clerks fan, you'll understand the 37 joke, and it's hilarious. But when I met him, he was also amazingly friendly. He was charging $25 for his autograph, but he was so nice that I couldn't really argue with it. Nor would I ever. I would never argue about a celebrity about an autograph price, and I just wouldn't pay it if I didn't. I just wouldn't get the autograph if it was too high. But anyways, super super friendly guy. I talked to him about a movie that I've always championed called Vulgar, that he's the main character in, which is like he's trying to make it as a kid's clown, and he's struggling, so he becomes like a joke stripper clown, and he goes to what he thinks is gonna be a bachelor party, and it's kind of they're not really rednecks, but they're like, you know, you can definitely tell there's something wrong with them. A group of dudes, and they end up raping him and blackmailing him. It's a fantastic movie. I talked to him about it for a good few minutes. Super nice dude though. You know, he was talking about how much he was proud of Vulgar, and it was just a good conversation. I had a great experience with him. I didn't meet anybody negative, and my last autograph here is another one I was pretty happy to get because I'm such a fan of this movie. It's PJ Souls signed my Rock and Roll High School card that is also signed by Roger Corman. She was amazingly friendly too. She put to Jonathan, Gabba Gabba Hey, PJ Souls, Rick Randall, Rock and Roller. Amazing nice woman. Couldn't been friendlier. She took not only took I got my picture with her, but then she took pictures with everybody else. Even, you know, pretty much insisted that they took pictures. So, you know, she was awesome, friendly. And being such a fan of Rock and Roll High School, it was a very, very cool experience. So that was all the autographs I got. Like I said, the vendors were pretty lackluster. I mean, but I kind of expected it for a first year show. I mean, there was some toy dealers and some comic book dealers and some bootleg guys. Nothing that really got me excited. But I was waiting. I guess I could run down. My brother-in-law's daughter got Hannah Hall's autograph from. She's in the Halloween remake, but she was the little girl Jenny in Forrest Gump. She got her to sign her Forrest Gump DVD. Amanda met Diamond Dallas Page. Robbie met Derek Mears. I think that was everybody that we met. All of them were very nice, like especially Derek Mears. I mean, I'm not a fan of that Friday the 13th remake. I don't think it's a bad movie either, really, but I'm not a big fan of it. But I would probably, if I ever got a chance to meet him, I'd probably get his autograph now just because of how nice of a guy he was. I mean, he was so cool. He was willing to take as many pictures as everybody wanted to. The guy in front of us in line had him sign like what seemed like 20 masks that he didn't personalize any of them. So He's definitely gonna slap the son of a gun on eBay probably. But he didn't mind. He was super nice. DDP was cool. Um, great dude too. Hannah Hall was nice. Everybody was nice. Couldn't complain about nobody. But that's all the people I met. And like I said, the vendor, I was waiting around for Amanda and Robbie to get done meeting. I believe it was Derek Mears. I was kind of just chilling against the wall, listening to them talk. I looked over and I saw a hockey mask from Friday the 13th Part 5. And I'm a fan of like the big franchises, Friday the 13th, Halloween, but I'm not such a fan that I don't mark out for it like a lot of people do. You know, I'm not a huge fan of those things, but I am a big fan of Friday the 13th Part 5. And I looked down at this mask and I was like, oh, that's a cool mask. And then I noticed the price, and the price was $30. And $30 for a replica hockey mask is amazing. So I was like, this freaking thing is mine. So I bought it, and it's my. I now have a Friday the 13th Part 5 replica hockey mask signed by the guy who made it. Can't get it in there, can I? Yeah, it's right here. It says FB Caps Works Cap 2011. And I believe his website is Caps Twisted Vision. Google that, and I think you'll find it. Yeah, this thing is really cool. I don't know how well the detail and stuff is going to show up. It's all dirtied up and scuffed up. This is an awesome replica mask, and this is not something I'm not a big mask collector. I'm more of an autograph guy, but I do have like some original one sheets and a couple. And this is my only mask. But this thing was just $30. I could not pass it up. Being such a fan of Part 5, I was like, heck yeah, dude. I think this thing's cool. I've tried to wear it on, my head's too big for it. But, yeah, that's awesome. I was super happy to grab that. That's all I got at the convention. It was a great time. I had a whole lot of fun. I hope it happens again next year. And if you're even near Gatlinburg and there's anything that sparks your interest at all about this convention, come. It's a good time. I'll probably be lurking around. So hopefully next October they'll have the horror weekend again. Well, that's all about that, guys. It was like I said, good time. I just want to remind everybody that starting tomorrow, we're going to be doing Matt-tober, Matt reviews, and just the day we've already did 2 reviews, but so during the first review we're not going to mention this, but we decided that me and Matt are going to review 2 movies a week, Monday and Friday, all through the month of October. So it's gonna be a good time, guys. Check it out. Matt's all excited, and it's gonna be fun. We've already got 2 reviews in the book, and they're both awesome. So check out tomorrow's Matt review. It's gonna be, I believe. Let me think real quick. What was the first review we did? Oh gosh. We just did it today. It's been a long weekend, guys. I apologize. I'm killing a whole lot of time here. My brain is scrambled. I had band practice, horror conventions, and I was on the radio. So, bear with me here, guys. I apologize for wasting time at the end of the video. I'm just trying to remember what the very first Matt reviews is going to be from Matt-tober. Oh, I remember. It's My Bloody Valentine. So, yeah, tomorrow morning, check out Matt's review of My Bloody Valentine. Let us know. All through the month of October, we're going to be doing these videos. And support it, guys. Leave comments and let them know how much you like his videos. Well, I appreciate y'all watching, and hopefully you enjoyed it too. So, thank you, guys, and see y'all later.